Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. These are the LEGO collectible minifigures for the D&D theme, Dungeons & Dragons, and I built them all one by one and put them on my YouTube Shorts, and now it's time to rank them, and actually rank all the 2024 minifigures that we got this year in the collectible minifigures theme. So let's start with these, since they're the most recent and most fresh in my mind. I have here a real-life tier list made of paper, because I prefer that to dragging and dropping pictures online. So let's see where each minifigure goes. The Dwarf Barbarian is cute, has two heads, and I appreciate the skin tone diversity, but it doesn't really offer anything too special, so I'm going to have to put it in C tier. The Gith Warlock offers one thing that's special, well, two things that's special. First of all, two heads, and second of all, the eye. That pushes it up to B tier for me. The Tiefling Sorcerer is easy S tier for me, because it's all about the dragon baby. I love this dragon, and the rest of the minifigure is also good. Dual molded legs, side printing, etc. And you also get a tail, so yeah, easy S tier for me. The Dragonborn Paladin is also an easy S tier, not just because everyone else is saying it. I like the armor, I like the printing on the sides, I like the molded head. It's a specialized piece, and it's done really well. And yeah, I just really like this figure, and I wish I could army build it, but now it's retired and kind of hard to get a hold of multiple copies. So another S tier right here. The Halfling Droid is cute, but not something too special, so I'll put him in B tier, or her. It has multiple heads. The Arakokra Ranger, I really like this figure, and it would have been S tier for me, except for the legs. I don't like the legs. I don't like these mystical legs. And I'm a cat person more than a dog person, so this one goes from S tier to A tier for those reasons. Still a pretty good spot. The Mind Flayer, I don't really see the appeal. I mean, I appreciate the molded head, but it just doesn't do anything for me, so I'll have to put it in C tier. Sorry about that. This guy is technically done well. I like the dual molded legs, I like the cape, and so on, but this rat really creeps me out, and I'm just not vibing with this guy. This guy goes in C tier, and this is the Slad von Zarovic character. I had to look that up, because there's no way I'm memorizing his name, so even his name is a detriment, in my opinion. Next up we have the Elf Bard. I like the Elf Bard, I like the musical instrument, I like the teal, two expressions, very happy in both cases, and he or she even has a sword and these molded ears, so it's quite a nice figure. Dual molded legs also, so I'll put the Elf Bard in A tier. The Lady of Pain, I like the cape, I like the molded head in sand green, definitely looks like a painful person to deal with, so I'll put her in A tier as well, and look at the detail on this figure. Really nice figure right here. Zastan also has a cape, but I'm just not vibing with his expressions, neither of them. The skeleton I think is oversimplified and it does not look good when put on his head, and he seems a bit too serious. So I'll put this one B tier best case, but yeah, I'm being generous by putting him in B tier just because he has a cape and two heads. And finally, Tasha, the Witch Queen, I'll put her in B tier as well. I mean, she's an okay figure, but she has a book, she has this cauldron with this purple flame. It kind of reminds me of the Never Witch from LEGO Dreams, so yeah, B tier it is for her. And we have none in D tier because this is a pretty strong series overall, and I really wish I could put some of these in S tier, but I don't want the S tier to be too crowded, so I think this is my ranking for the D&D minifigures. Earlier last year I also ranked the Series 25 collectible minifigures, so here's how they ranked, and you can see here one S tier entry. I called it the Goat tier at the time, or the Goat Herd. Lots of really strong A tier categories. I could honestly make the case to make this or this S tier, but I don't want to have too many in S tier. And then the rest of the figures are fine to mediocre. I did not like these two that much, but I guess I have them for the sake of completeness. And here are the space minifigures as well, so zooming out, this is the full tier list for the year 2024. I really like most of these figures. There's 36 figures here in total. I'll spend most of the time just talking about the top tier ones. So we already talked about these two. The Goat Herd obviously is in S tier because of the goat more than the minifigure itself, but the minifigure is not bad. Here, the Nurse Android again, it's here in S tier because of the mini space baby in pink for the very first time with a very cute classic space logo. And this figure right here is a great figure from the front, but what really seals the deal for me is the planet Earth on the back. This just really means a lot to me. I was so happy when I got this figure for the first time because I intentionally did not look at any reviews or 360 views to see what it looks like, nor for any other figure. So I really enjoyed the surprise of putting him together and really seeing that planet Earth for the first time. I was like, wow. So this figure here might be one of my favorite minifigures ever. And that's how strongly I feel about it. And I'm so happy that I have this minifigure as part of my collection. This is definitely S tier. The A tiers, I feel like most people are going to agree with me on most of them, or at least some of them. And I know some people are going to say this needs to be S tier or this needs to be S tier, and I can see that point of view. But I can also see people would want to downgrade some of these and put them in B tier. The alien, I would not have put it in A tier if it were not for the torso as the planet Earth on it as well. So that's very, very cute. I like that. So that's the reason why this is an A tier. The rest of the figures, I put them here. That's my subjective opinion. I know some people really like the Beetlezoid if they have a sentimental attachment to the theme from their childhood. So they're going to want to put this way up in S tier, and you're free to do that. But I personally don't see the attachment to this thing right here. So it's always a question of personal preference and what did you grow up with and what do you care about. Also, one of the things I appreciated about the latter two series of the year, specifically Space and D&D, is the fact that they have printed tiles. So for Space, we got this really nice printed tile right here with star patterns, and it reminds me of one of the LEGO Ideas sets. It looks especially well with this minifigure in particular. It looks like he blends into space, but all the minifigures get this particular plate/tile, so it's really, really good to get. So you see here what it looks like with a white pair of legs. Still looks pretty good. And then for D&D, we got this rocky print right here to make it fit within the theme, and you could use these pieces in custom builds as well. So really, really good job by the designers, the graphics designers, for these particular plates, and I hope that we see this kind of stuff in future series as well. So this is my ranking. What do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? If you had to pick just one minifigure out of all of these, which one would it be and why? Let me know in the comments down below. I'll see you all in the next video. I also have the Series 27 minifigures, so for 2025 I have these, and I'm going to be putting them on my channel very soon. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.